All right, so today we're diving deep into a story that you guys picked out for us. A real doozy.
Yeah, this one's a classic.
The tragic tale of Ner'zhul.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for those who may not know, and I think a lot of you probably do know, Ner'zhul was this, well,
Powerful orc shaman.
yeah, really, really powerful. And his story is one that, well, got everything, really. Betrayal, power, magic, demons.
Oh, yeah.
Whole world's getting ripped apart. I mean, the whole 9 yards. And we're going to be looking at specifically his rise to power, how he was manipulated, and, well, ultimately how he fell from grace. Big time.
Yeah, his story is a cautionary tale, a look at what happens when good intentions,
Yeah.
get twisted and manipulated by forces beyond our comprehension.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, you guys sent in a ton of excerpts all about him, so we're going to be pulling from those.
Some really great sources in there.
Yes, let's jump right in. So, starting at the beginning, the excerpts paint a picture of Ner'zhul as this, kind of like a wise old...
An elder shaman.
Yeah, like the Gandalf of the orcs. Yeah, guiding his people, super connected to the spirits.
Deeply respected. He was like the heart and soul of the Orcish people.
And shamanism, it seems like it wasn't just some, like, side hobby for the orcs. This was like...
Oh, absolutely not. It was their lifeblood.
Yeah.
Their entire culture revolved around it. It was their connection to their ancestors, their way of understanding the world, their way of maintaining balance with nature.
And you can kind of see how that made him a prime target.
Right,
Yeah.
sure.
For someone like Kil'jaeden, who we know from the excerpts is this, like, ultra-powerful demon.
The excerpts mention that he posed as Ner'zhul's dead wife, which, I mean...
Come on, that's just messed up.
It really is. To exploit someone's grief like that, well, it speaks volumes about Kil'jaeden's character.
Yeah, and it also kind of shows how vulnerable Ner'zhul was, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, losing someone you love like that, it can really mess you up.
Absolutely. It clouds your judgment, makes you desperate for any kind of connection.
And Kil'jaeden totally used that, didn't he?
Oh, 100%. He planted these ideas in Ner'zhul's head about the Draenor being a threat to the orcs, convinced him that the only way to survive was to unite the clans, form the Horde, and go to war.
And the crazy thing is, I mean, Ner'zhul's really believed it, right?
Yeah. He thought he was saving his people, protecting them from this perceived enemy.
Yeah, tragic irony, huh?
Textbook case. He was a pawn in this much larger game, a game orchestrated by the Burning Legion, this massive demonic army that wants to, well...
Conquer everything.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And Kil'jaeden, he was just using Ner'zhul to get what he wanted?
Exactly.
Now, speaking of pawns, that brings us to Gul'dan, right?
Ah, yes. Ner'zhul's apprentice.
Who was, well, let's just say, not as easily fooled as Ner'zhul.
No, Gul'dan saw right through Kil'jaeden's charade.
But instead of, resisting or trying to warn Ner'zhul...
He went full-on power-hungry.
Oh, yeah. He saw an opportunity and he grabbed it with both hands.
Gul'dan was all about ambition, personal gain. He didn't care about the orcs or their traditions. He wanted power, and he was willing to do anything to get it.
And that's where things start to go really sideways, don't they?
Yeah. Gul'dan embraced the felly magic that Kil'jaeden offered, this corrupt, addictive magic that, well, it basically poisoned the orcs from the inside out.
And then there's that whole thing with drinking the blood of Manaroth.
Oh, yeah, the Pit Lord.
I mean, talk about selling your soul to the devil.
It was the final nail in the coffin. It bound the orcs to the Burning Legion, made them slaves to rage and bloodlust.
And you got to wonder, what was going through Ner'zhul's mind at this point?
Right. He started this whole thing trying to protect his people.
Yeah.
And now look at them. Twisted, corrupted, nothing more than weapons for the Burning Legion.
I bet he was regretting everything.
Oh, I'm sure. But by then, it was too late. The wheels were in motion.
And the consequences were pretty dire, weren't they?
Oh, yeah. The orcs went on a rampage, slaughtering the Draenor, nearly wiping them out.
And then they set their sights on Azeroth. There's a whole other can of worms, right?
Oh, yeah. That was the first war, then the second war. It was all a result of Ner'zhul's actions, even though he was being manipulated.
And Draenor, the orcs' homeworld, it got completely shattered.
Yeah, ripped apart by demonic magic and Ner'zhul's own desperate attempts to escape. It's a wasteland now. Outland, they call it.
Talk about a fall from grace. And to top it all off, Ner'zhul, he ends up becoming the Lich King, right?
Yep. A spectral being bound to the frozen throne in Northrend. Talk about a tragic ending.
It's like his story really makes you think.
About the nature of power, about the dangers of manipulation.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how much free will do we really have when there are forces like Kil'jaeden out there pulling the strings?
Big questions. And Ner'zhul's tale doesn't really give us any easy answers, does it?
Nope. Which I think is what makes it such a powerful story. It leaves you with a lot to think about.
It certainly does.
So there you have it, the tragic tale of Ner'zhul. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. You know, it's a story that stuck with me ever since I first heard it.
Yeah, it's one of those stories that really gets under your skin, isn't it?
It is.
And it makes you think about the choices we make and the forces that shape our destinies.
Totally. And it leaves you wondering, what would you have done in Ner'zhul's place?
Right. Could he have broken free from Kil'jaeden's grasp? Or was he always destined to become the Lich King?
Tough questions, man. Tough questions. Anyway, thanks again for listening.
Until next time.
See you later.